can usually tell when you hit a bird, you'll find feathers in here. It'll go through the second stage, and you can kind of smell it too. So, but we haven't had one this year. We've had a couple of bird strikes, but none of them have actually got into the engine. So we've been very fortunate for that.
After each flight, there's grease and runway dust that gets on the gear. You just clean it down, just to keep it looking good, so it doesn't get a big buildup.
My airplane was a spare airplane today, and so the number 5 pilot had a problem with his airplane. So basically what my airplane does, it'll sit here as a spare with no number on it, and depending on the pilot that needs that airplane, we'll put his number right on there real quick so he can use it for the demonstration.
Birds out.
There's not an enlisted member on this team I wouldn't trust in my life. Every time I get in that aircraft, I know that Sergeant Smith and Sergeant Fisher have done exactly what they needed to do to make that jet ready to fly, and I would never question anything that they've ever done on that aircraft. Hi, welcome to the F-16 cockpit, or what we like to call the office with a view. I'd like to take the opportunity to show you around where we do our business every day as Thunderbird pilots. As you can see, when you first get in the aircraft is very tight, almost form-fitting, what we like to call strapping the aircraft on. You can see your legs fit right into the nose of the aircraft, and I'd say it's a very comfortable fit, and it makes it feel like you're actually a part of the aircraft. When we're flying the aircraft, as you can see on the right-hand side, we've got the stick, and the stick moves just about as much as I'm showing here. When you pull back on the stick, the nose is going to come up. You push forward, the nose goes down, left or right, the aircraft's going to roll left or right. As far as going faster or slower, we've got the throttle over here on the left side. And it's like anything else. You push it forward, you're going to go faster. You pull it back, you're going to go slower. As far as the rest of the cockpit goes, on the left side of the aircraft, we have a lot of backup avionics that we use, radios, things for our flight control systems. On the top of the aircraft, this is what we like to call the heads-up display. And the heads-up display takes everything from inside the aircraft, projects it on a combining glass, so I never have to look inside the cockpit while I'm flying. Just underneath it, this is where we program the aircraft. It's like the keyboard on a computer, where we program both the radios, navigation systems, fuel systems, anything we may need while we're flying. In the center, between my legs or between my knees, we have navigation equipment. Tells us the airspeed and altitude that we're flying, so that we always know that we're in the right place at the right time. Finally, you can see the seat that I'm sitting in. It tilts back at a 30-degree angle, just much like sitting in a recliner at your home. It's very comfortable to fly in. And if anything should ever happen where we had to get out of the aircraft, this is also it's an ejection seat, the ACES 2 ejection seat. Right between my legs, I have a yellow handle, and if there's ever a problem with the aircraft, I just reach down and grab the yellow handle, get in a good body position, pull on the yellow handle, and the ejection seat's going to get me out of the aircraft in less than a third of a second. And shortly thereafter, I'll have a parachute that I can float to the ground in. So as you can see, the aircraft's a fantastic aircraft, very good fit, and I tell you, we couldn't ask for a better aircraft to fly in the Thunderbirds.
The jet is about as clean an airplane as you'll ever see, both in the sense that it doesn't have any external stores on it, and in the fact that we polish it to a razor's edge. From the nose all the way back to the tail, there are parts of this airplane that are polished to a degree that no other airplane ever has been. This is a pitot-static tube. It doesn't look like anything other than a sharp object, but basically air enters here and it goes throughout the system, and the airplane lets us know how fast we're going. There's a couple of probes on the side here, also here and up. There's a couple of ports here and on the other side that basically let us know how we're doing in the dynamics of flight. This is an AOA sensor, lets us know how hard we're pulling on the stick, how much more the airplane will let us pull, because this is a fly-by-wire system. There's a computer on board that basically lets us max perform the airplane and not put it out of control.
This is a combat aircraft, however, so how do you set it up for combat?
It's a combat aircraft in the sense that we could take this airplane, repaint it, and put ordnance underneath it and have it ready to go over the course of a couple of days. It would be an arduous task, but we have made some changes to the jet to make it a demonstration platform. This is where the gun port normally is. We've got a GAU cannon, which is basically the old multi-barreled cannon that you've seen from all the way back from the Civil War. Fires at a rapid rate. We've removed that and put a large drum for smoke oil and replumbed the airplane to where it can throw smoke out the backside. We've got a place here on both sides where we would load iron all the way back. You mount MALs here, which are large platforms for heavy bombs, or more racks and triple ejector racks, which would go on there for other types of ordnance. Our standard, the outboard tube pylons that we've got, or rail places where we can stick other external ordnance, are for missiles here, and also this classic missile presentation here, where we would stick AIM-120s or AIM-9 Limas. But basically the jet is a fabulous airplane to perform both here and in combat. I've had the opportunity to fly it both ways, and I've been very proud to do it in both senses. So on around the back side, take a tour around the back if we can. As we go in the back, you'll notice a great paint scheme that was designed over the years. The F-16 came on duty for us here in the hangar in 1983. And when it came in as the A model. This is the F-16C model, which is a second generation of the F-16. And this beautiful motif was designed by a man named General Bill Creech. And it's stuck. It is absolutely beautiful. And you can kind of see how the airplane is shiny. It's waxed every day. It's polished. And even these tail feathers that go on the exhaust nozzle, which get dirty every day, are rehoned and repolished. And the guys, our chiefs, a dedicated crew chief and assistant crew chief, spend large hours every day polishing this. And if you had a crew chief or a mechanic that came up to the airplane, the thing I think they'd be most impressed with is the landing gear. And there's not a spot on the entire landing gear inside the wheel wells or any place. It's all absolutely polished to an unbelievable glow. And it's something they take care in. If you walked out right now, they'd have the kits out and would be whittling at it.
What's that little nozzle there?
This is the backside of the smoke plumbing system that we were talking about before. And this nozzle spits 10-weight oil in the backside of our exhaust, and that gives that beautiful plume of smoke out the backside.